Fitness in Buffalo, New York. I'm a USAPL competitor, ref, and club coach, and today I'm going to review a bar from Bells of Steel and then compare that said bar to the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. So Bells of Steel is a strength equipment company founded in Calgary, Alberta in 2010. Since then, they've expanded their company and their sourcing into the States, particularly Chicago. Since they're in Chicago, it gives any consumer in the United States an opportunity to receive their products at a cheaper price and receive their shipments much faster, since it's now shipping from a location in the United States versus a location in Canada. Before getting into any features or anything of that nature, I'll start with the bar specs for each bar. We'll start first with the Bells of Steel Barenaked 20 kg Power Bar 2.0. The bar itself, as I just said, is 20 kilograms in weight. It features the standard 29 millimeter diameter. It has a aggressive powerlifting knurling, but it's not sharp where it would, shred your hands. We don't necessarily want that. The PSI is very interesting to me. It's 210,000 PSI. So the PSI that I just mentioned will help the bar maintain its shape and essentially eliminate any type of bar whip under heavy loads. The sleeve space for plate loading is at 17 inches, which is fairly significant. The bar is IPF compliant. It is not approved, but it is designed to spec of a IPF approved bar, so you could train competition style with this said barbell. It has your standard bushing setup inside the sleeve and features some snap ring end caps, which will provide some ideal spin, but not too much like you would see in an Olympic weightlifting bar. Alright, so now we'll move into the Rogue 20 kg Ohio Power Bar. As mentioned, it is 20 kilograms in weight. Features the same 29 millimeter diameter, the same powerlifting knurling, which is again not aggressive, is aggressive, and is not too sharp. The PSI is a little lower, not much. It varies by up to 10,000 units. And there is two options with this bar. You have a stainless steel option and a zinc coated option. We'll get into that later. The sleeve space for plate loading is just under 17 inches, so not much of a difference there. It is IPF approved. The sleeve of the design again features the bushing with the snap ring end caps for, again, ideal spin, but not too much spin. So we've covered the specs of each barbell, and now we'll get to what I feel like everyone really wants to know, and that is the price. The price of the Bells of Steel bar is $197 shipped. That's in the United States. If you were in Canada and ordered through them, on the Canadian side, it is $257, which is still a very good price. For the Rogue bars, the two options that I had mentioned, the zinc bar is $325, and the stainless steel option is priced at $425. The main difference there is just the strength of the metals that they use and the property of the stainless steel's ability to resist corrosion and rust damage and stuff of that nature. So now we have both bars side by side here to show some features of each bar. Most of you are probably familiar with the power bars Rogue has made, but the Bells of Steel bar here has a pretty neat sleeve design concept where it is ribbed for your lifting pleasure, but with this it also helps the plates stay in place, prevents them from shifting during your sets, especially if you're doing a set of 8 or 10. And it just, again, keeps the plates in place. It helps keep the collars in place, and everything just feels much better in terms of overall performance of the bar because of that. The knurling on the bars, again, I mentioned when we went over the specs, both have the powerlifting knurling. So again, it's aggressive, but it's not too sharp. It's not going to shred your hands, and it just gives you a really good feel of the barbell. For myself, I pull hook grip, so this knurling definitely is what I need, and I've found through my sessions with it, it keeps my hands actually feeling pretty good, doesn't shred them up. Same as with the Rogue bar. Both, again, knurling are pretty identical. One neat feature with the Bells of Steel bar, again, is the center knurling, again, is a little wider in size here, and you can see that on the video. I didn't notice too much in terms of overall performance of this feature, but it does give you a little more friction on your back with the bar, and does help it, I guess, stay in place a little better. But again, it's very almost minuscule, and it's not going to make that much of a difference, but it can help. One thing I forgot to mention about this Bells of Steel bar is within the sleeve there is also a spring. I thought it was weird at first, but I had reached out to the owner of the company and asked him about it, and he said it is there by design for essentially the bar's longevity. So if you were to drop it on its side like this, there's a little more, that spring there will provide a little more shock absorbent feature to protect the bar. I also noticed when loading plates and multiple plates on the bar, as you put them on, it provides a little shock absorption as well, which not only protects the bar, but it does protect the plates too. And that really, honestly, is it in terms of features of the barbell. Overall, I would say the bar is very comparable in overall performance. And if nothing else, it gives lifters who don't have a lot of money, or may lift in their basement or garage, or even gym owners who are looking for a high quality bar to have at their facilities, a much more affordable option than having to spend, you know, upwards of $400+ on a 20 kg power bar from Rogue. I do want to mention that this is not to say that Rogue's bars are not superior. It is just that I feel the Bells of Steel bar can become a very affordable alternative, and long term can and should find its way in many gyms and many basements and many garage gyms as well. That's all I have, so thank you for listening, and I hope some of you go and purchase the bar, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.